Welcome to another edition of Courtside with Rob and Washut. But before we head over to the arena, I want to give a big thank you to our sponsors of the show, Group Therapy Bike Tours and Slim Chickens. We'll start with Group Therapy. They are all in on the Nebraska basketball wave. Head over to grouptherapybiketours.com and book your ride today for all of your pregame, post-game, whenever game, birthday party, wedding, family reunion, corporate event. They have a 15-person trolley ride, a 6-person mini bike for whatever event you want to celebrate. And like I said, it is full force in Nebraska. If you've gone to a Nebraska game, I'm sure you've seen the trolleys riding around the Haymarket and downtown Lincoln. If you go over to grouptherapybiketours.com and use the promo code NebraskaBall, you will save 15% on your first ride. So make sure you head on over there and support our great sponsor. It's a ton of fun. I've been on it several times. Could not recommend it enough. Now over to our other sponsors, Slim Chickens. Bill Hooks and his wife Stacy are diehard Nebraska fans, and they couldn't wait to jump on the Nebraska basketball train. Locally owned Slim Chickens has 2 locations, 84th and Old Cheney and 16th and Pine Lake. Slim Chickens features a variety of options with fried and grilled chicken tenders, wings, salads, wraps, sandwiches, chicken and waffles, and southern sides. What makes Slim's different? Well, they have over 17 different dipping sauces for guests to choose their favorite. Slim Chickens is available for dine-in, drive-thru, or delivery via their online ordering. Check out Slim Chickens app and start earning rewards today. Slim Chickens is always a favorite for large gatherings and tailgate parties, especially Nebraska basketball tailgate parties, and let them do the cooking for you. Slim Chickens is moving forward, and they are expanding to the north side of Lincoln soon, so keep an eye out for that. Stop into your local Slim Chickens restaurant today for some southern hospitality and see their newly remodeled locations. Again, thanks to all our sponsors. Now let's head over to the arena and take you courtside with me, Rob and Washut. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Courtside with Rob and Washut, live from Williams Arena in Minneapolis, Minnesota, a.k.a. The Barn. And this is a place that Nebraska has had some issues. I believe they've only won here 3 times since they joined the conference in 2011. So it's been a tough place for whatever reason for Nebraska. But it's one of the more unique venues in the conference. You see the rafters, the elevated floor. There's the media seating way up here in the perch. I'm right over there by that guy with all the stuff on the desk, eating up all my space. But regardless, let's take a walk. So the big storyline today is Braden Frager, obviously officially ruled out, not a surprise, but official on the availability report. He is not playing today with a sprained ankle. And now the big question is, how does Nebraska fill his void? They were already working with a limited rotation of about 7, maybe 8 guys, and he was the 6th man, arguably one of the front runners for 6th man of the year. And there's a lot of things that he does for this lineup that I don't know if can be replaced by just one guy. If you're looking for one guy to step up, obviously it's Jared Garcia, the senior forward. Gives him a little bit of size, a little bit of offensive skill at that 4 spot, and they're going to need him just because as much as they think they can put more of a workload on their frontline guys like your starters and obviously Cale Jacobson, you need someone else. Frager was playing 22 minutes a game, and so that's a pretty big void in the rotation just from a minute standpoint. So Garcia is going to have to step up. He played 11 minutes last time out in their last win, which was the most he'd played since the New Hampshire game on December 30th. So we'll see what we can get, or they can get out of Garcia. But he's a player that they like. They think that he can, give them some elements at that 4 spot that can at least make up for some of the things that Braden brought. So, particularly on the glass, they need him to be a better defender. That's probably the biggest thing that we're watching today. Is he's a capable 3-point shooter. He can give him a little bit of that dribble drive offense, not nearly to what Braden could do, but at least there's that element. But the thing that they're going to really need him is to step up on the defensive end of the floor. That was kind of an issue for him earlier in the year, and honestly a big reason why his minutes started to go down. So if he could elevate his play on the defensive side of the ball, that would be a real luxury for Nebraska for however long Braden is out the rest of the way. And so Cale Jacobson obviously going to play more. If they are going to turn to another player beyond Garcia to play anything close to significant minutes, it would be Kendall Blue. He'd be the next guy. But honestly, I would expect them to go, as close to a 7-man rotation as probably they can get away with. Fouls are going to be a big part of that. So guys like Kendall are going to have to be ready. Maybe after that, you lean a little bit more on Leo Curtis. But beyond that, I just don't know how much deeper Nebraska will and can go. So it's just going to be a lot of onus on the guys that were already in that rotation, more of an onus on Jared Garcia, and then, maybe getting some help here and there from Kendall Blue. So the matchup with Minnesota is an interesting one. The Gophers have been really good at home. They beat Iowa, they beat Indiana, they play everyone close. A lot of their losses are one-score losses or overtime losses that kind of suggest that they're better than their record indicates, and they're a scrappy team. They're not the most overly talented. Cade Tyson is averaging over 20 a game. He's their best player, by far their best scoring threat. But beyond that, there's really not a lot of star power on this roster. That is a credit to Nico Medved, the former Colorado State coach, former Tim Miles assistant back at CSU. He has done a masterful job of getting every ounce out of this Minnesota group that you could possibly expect. And I think he's an excellent X's and O's coach. And the issue for them is, even when they draw up great plays and get open looks, their ability to knock them down and finish the play has kind of been holding them back this year. So that's what Nebraska's got to lean on. They're a team that likes to muck it up. They'll slow it down. They get to the free throw line quite a bit and execute at a high level. I think over 22, or close to 22% of their points on the season have come at the charity stripe. So this is a game where Nebraska's going to have to be smart with how they defend and not let Minnesota just muck it up. Nebraska's got to play with pace. They're a significantly better three-point shooting team, and they got to win the perimeter, set the tempo offensively, force Minnesota to have to earn every shot. Don't give them freebies at the line. And then I like always, with any road game, you got to start fast. If those threes start falling right out of the gate and you have to make Minnesota keep pace with you early, that could be the ideal game plan Nebraska needs to jump on Minnesota early and then never look back. So the other thing, too, the last few times Nebraska's played up here and lost, they've jumped out to big leads. And for whatever reason or another, they've surrendered double-digit leads in what eventually turned into losses. And so that's another thing, not just starting fast, but you got to finish the job. That they've been really good in the second half all season long, and that has to continue. You can't let your foot up on the gas because Minnesota's not going to quit. Again, they're not the most talented team out there, but they have as much fight and kind of grit as you're going to find in this conference. So if Nebraska jumps out to a big lead, they can't get comfortable. They have to continue to apply the pressure on both ends of the floor and make sure that they're not letting up. Because if they do, Minnesota is scrappy enough that they're going to find a way to chip away at whatever lead they're facing. So start fast, finish strong, and kind of the recipe you always need on the road, but especially in a game like this. All right, now that breakdown's done, let's keep going. I want to show you guys just how unique this court is, this arena is, with obviously the elevated floor. I don't know. I don't understand why they do it. I remember Josiah Alec a couple years ago was playing on it, and he dove off the floor and ended up hurting his knee. The liability aspect of it is pretty crazy. But regardless, so here we are, heading down here. I'm going to go this way. Sorry, there's a lot of people over here. So here's the floor. If you can see, it's about maybe a 3-foot elevate. So here I am. There's the court. There's the team warming up. So yeah, it kind of goes all around. Give you guys a glimpse here. And so the benches are right there. So this will be Minnesota's bench that you're looking at right now. Yeah, and they just jump up. It's weird, but again, it's part of the unique character of this place. And I've never covered them here when Minnesota was really good, but everything that I've heard is that when the Gophers are rolling, this place is one of the best home courts because like if you look up, that's a metal roof, and when that thing gets loud, like there's nowhere for the sound to go. Like it just echoes. So the decibels get pretty rocking here when Minnesota's got a competitive product on the floor. So I don't know if we're going to see that today though, because if you haven't noticed, when I woke up this morning, it was a negative 20 with a feels like temperature of about negative 25. It's casually gotten warmer as the day has gone on, but I'm curious how many people are going to want to like bundle up, head over to the barn and deal with all that in this game. So I'm curious how it impacts the crowd. I wouldn't expect it to be a overly raucous crowd, but again, Minnesota's been really good at home, and the people that show up, I'm sure, are going to bring it. So that's kind of what I got for today. Like I said, tune in afterwards for kind of post-game analysis. Nebraska's looking to improve, to stay perfect, pick up their 9th conference victory, their 5th Big Ten road game, which, I mean, again, is all unprecedented, and I think they've got every opportunity to do it. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for joining in. Thanks to our sponsors, Group Therapy Bike Tours and Slim Chickens, and we'll see you again after the game.